Hello and welcome back to a Pokemon Elite Redux playthrough. Last episode we went ahead and finished up the Trick House and got ourselves... I just need to show this off again real quick because it was an insane Pokemon that we picked up. We got ourselves a Pikachu that for some reason has just been buffed out the wazoo, okay? So it's holding its Light Ball, which is going to double its attack and special attack, has Electric Burst to boost its electric damage, Short Circuit to boost its electric damage, Electrolytes to once again boost its electric damage, and then Overcharge so that electric is super effective on electric. This is a very clear indicator to me that they expect me to be using this for something in the electric gym. I don't know what. I'm scared, but I'm under the impression that they did not give me this for no reason. There is a reason I have been given this. As for movesets, I might change it around a little bit. Mega Pikachu. Mega Pikachu. Not Mega Raichu, Mega Pikachu. Interesting. Although that would mean it wouldn't be holding a Light Ball. That Mega has to be insane to be worth it, to be even worth considering over using Light Ball Pikachu with this, because Light Ball Pikachu seems like it's just insane. But yeah, I'm not going to put that on the team just yet, because we do have, you know, some trainers over here to the left. We've got a little bit to do before we get to the next gym. We're going to go ahead, take our time, battle the rest of these trainers, see if there's anything hidden away down this corner, because this is kind of optional. Oh no, please don't fight me with Exeggutor, please. Anything but Exeggutor. I don't want to fight him. He's too strong, and I know this. Do we want to do curse shenanigans? What's your team? Exeggutor, Tangela, Oinkologne, right? So that thing's named the pig, evolved form of Lechonk. I think it's Oinkologne, yeah. And Blossom. Alright. We could set up a curse or two. Probably. This is an Exeggutor that's going to probably have a grass type move, but I'm going to click curse anyway. Psychic Noise. Okay, that's fine. Multi-hit. Yep. Okay, but it gets weaker and weaker. We could maybe just go with like 2 curses and then swap out. I'm feeling like we should check if it has a grass type move. And we also need to think about, do I want to take Pyukumuku off of this team before we get to the next gym? Okay, Giga Drain is a move that it has. It's a 9-hit KO. Huh? Did I... What? Huh? That sounds wrong, but I'm gonna just go for one more curse, and then we're going to swap into our own Exeggutor, set up the trick room, and then have our own Exeggutor go nuts, is what we're gonna do. Our Exeggutor should be slower, and therefore faster because of the trick room, because we have a negative speed nature, whereas this one that we're fighting is modest. So let's baton pass into it, shall we? I don't know why Giga Drain is so bad, apparently, unless there's something I'm forgetting about. But regardless, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We just go to our own Exeggutor, and we don't worry too much about it. But we have so many Pokemon options to go ahead and use. I have been thinking about it a little bit. I would like to maybe try and add, like, 2 Pokemon to the team as, like, a rotation kind of system. Every like, 5 episodes, I like to change 2 Pokemon around. I don't want to get stuck using the exact same team forever. There's favorites that I would like to keep on the team, just because I think that they're just useful in every situation. Pyukumuku and Espeon are 2 Pokemon that I think are probably going to be staying on the team, just in general, unless there's something crazy to replace them. But I don't know if that's going to be happening anytime soon. Like, there are other good evolutions. One that I was giving a little bit of thought to is actually the alternate to Espeon, and that is Umbreon. I was thinking about Umbreon because of how strong our beautiful Pyukumuku has been, and what we've kind of ended up doing with it. We're gonna hit this thing again, so, you know. The defense drop does apply per head. We've seen it. It applied twice. That is a 3-time defense drop with Grav Apple. That's so strong. Okay. It's Screech, Leer, and an extra, like, nearly 35% damage or whatever onto Grab Apple. That's so strong. Exeggutor is insane. I never thought I'd be saying that. I did not think I'd be saying Exeggutor is insane at any point in my life, but here we are. I'm saying Exeggutor in this game is actually insane. But Umbreon is also kind of insane, as Umbreon is a Pokemon that can also learn Curse and Baton Pass, I believe. I don't know what level they can be learned at, so I don't know if we could have it on our Umbreon right now. But we could see, at the very least. There's also the options of, you know, other evolutions. There's so many Baton Pass shenanigans that we can do, with this just being so open-ended, unlike, you know, your average Pokemon Showdown format, which kind of bans it if you try and pass more than one stat. But, like, if we find a Speed Boost Pokemon that learns Baton Pass, then we can pass Speed Boost to things. If we Swords Dance Speed Boost Blaziken, for example. I remember that being banned to Ubers because it was that strong. Something like that could just absolutely destroy everything, right? It could destroy everything without a Baton Pass, to be fair, but it just seems like such a strong idea. I'm just going to curse on this Kricketune, and we're going to kind of do the exact same thing again. I love hearing Kricketune cry. It makes me incredibly happy inside. One of the better cries of Pokemon, of course. That and Aurorus, those two are still, like, way up there. But there are so many options to go ahead and do with Baton Passing. I don't want to Baton Pass the entire game, okay? I do want to try some different things. I would love to try and mess around with maybe even some of the stuff that we were doing in Pokemon Soul Stones, for example. We were messing around with, like, grassy terrain and setting up, like, toxic spikes so that we could get Purge going in that, because I did revisit that very briefly, as we are coming to an end on our Aurus playthrough. So I've been looking back at the kind of things that we were doing in Soulstones to get back into it, and rewatching the last videos that I had. And while I was doing that, I did get reminded that, you know, we could add grassy terrain to this Exeggutor. We could add, like, a whole grass gimmick. We could start doing that. We could have a sun team, right? We could have a rain team. We already kind of did that a little bit. Snow teams are better, you know? We could have hail and have a hail team. We could do so many things in this game. It is insane. Hi, Jinx. You got brought out a little bit early, buddy. Sorry about that. Yeah, that sash isn't saving you. This is so strong. I think Exeggutor is going to be a big factor in the Electric Gym, because once again, I'm going to try and do the Electric Gym without fighting the trainers first. I'm gonna always give it a go, and unless there is something that is, like, game-breakingly strong attached to the gym leader with a certain trainer, I'm going to try and beat it that way. Just because that is an added level of challenge, and I like that. Togedemaru, I'm so sorry you're getting earthquaked. Maybe I should have checked if you have anything funky that stops me earthquaking you, but I'm clicking Earthquake. I see a 4-time super effective move, my brain goes click it. I'm so sorry, little one. Yep, that Sturdy is not saving you. There's been a Sash that we've torn through, Sturdy that we've gone through. Sturdy plus Weakness Policy. Weakness Policy can be Baton Passed. Oh. 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 Maybe we shouldn't have Shell Bell on Pyukumuku. Oh. Oh, they've done a bad thing. They've made me realize something that I didn't think of before. Ooh. That could be very strong. Weakness Policy, Curse, Pyukumuku. Obviously, getting curses set up in the Electric type gym, that's probably not going to happen, right? I accept that, and I think Pyukumuku's value is going to be more in just mirror coating or countering something like a Thunderbolt or a Wild Charge Volt Tackle from a Pikachu or whatever. It's going to have much more value doing that, I think, than being able to set up curses in an Electric type gym. There is a chance that the lead is just straight up not an Electric type, because Brawly had a crazy lead with a Rock Ghost Noivern. So I think maybe for the first time when we go into the gym, we're just going to lead with Pyukumuku and see what happens. Either way, Gallade, Psychic Fighting type, Tactical Vest, that's fine. Sweeping Edge, dual wield. Oh, moves hit twice. Oh, that's going to stop me countering you, isn't it? You have Leaf Blade as well, which is a 6% chance to free hit KO. Yeah, that's annoying. 106 HP. I don't think we're going to be KOing with counter. Unless the second hit crits. In which case, maybe we could counter. What's the rest of the team? Ledian, Persimmon, Hariyama, Machamp. Honestly, I feel like this is an Espeon fight. I'm just going to click counter anyway, and we'll see what happens. I know it's going to Leaf Blade. Let's see if Leaf Blade will be enough. I want the first hit not to crit, and I want the second bit to crit. Okay, now crit me. No crit. Okay. 33 damage. It is going to take 2 counters, but we might live enough to do 2 counters with the Shell Bell recovery. So maybe Pyukumuku will still win this. I'm so excited to see just other Pokemon that have been buffed, like Pikachu and Pyukumuku. You know, that's the real highlight of this game to me. There's surely going to be some Pokemon, like probably Gallade, that are just going to be incredibly strong, but they were already kind of strong when used in certain ways. I want the bottom of the barrel Pokemon that have been buffed like crazy. They make me so happy. And there will be so many of them, and I know there will. There's probably so many in my box right now that I just haven't looked at. I'm clicking counter again, just in case it doesn't KO us for whatever reason. Gunk Shot is interesting. Okay, it is enough damage. Is Gunk Shot 100% accurate in this game, I wonder? In its out does a little bit of damage. We go to Espeon, hoping that this thing does not have any weird priority that can KO me. I will check that, because I don't want to lose Espeon in this fight. You are Choice Scarf, but I am also Choice Scarf, so it's fine. It works out okay. Avenger, Long Reach, Harvest, Receiver. Yeah, you don't have any priority or anything. You're also Choice Scarf into Gunk Shot, which is inaccurate. I'm surprised it didn't close combat, and it went for the inaccurate move. But we Psyshock, we outspeed. Espeon is just such a good Pokemon, you know? I'm curious about the baton passing Umbreon and stuff, though. I am. That does interest me a little bit. Ledian, you are bug fighting, first and foremost. You have a Punching Glove. You don't have any priority in your abilities. Insect Impact is a guaranteed Oko, but I mean, we should outspeed, and we should guaranteed Oko with Psyshock, so I don't know why this is being brought in. No first impression or anything like that, which is what I was thinking that it might have, but it didn't have any first impression. So Espeon continues to just tear through. Hariyama, I'm just clicking Psyshock. It might not care. Hariyama has first impression. Really? That's the one that's gonna have first impression. Okay, not the Ledian. Oh no, that would make sense. Okay, the one that I don't check because I'm like, oh, it'll have Fake Out and then Bullet Punch is actually just all I could think. I was like, oh, it will have those. It will. That was, I'm so certain in the back of my mind. It's fine. We have boosted Peck. It's fine. It's gonna hit 5 times. Oh, it's not fine. It has gotten less fine. The second hit still did good damage. That was a drop-off. That was a drop-off. Yeah, okay. I see a problem that is happening. And this is why, everyone, we check the abilities of the Pokemon that we're going to fight. Because if you don't check the abilities, you can buff your opponents really majorly. Like I just did. 1-inch punch. Do we live? We do live, which does unburden boost us, I guess. So that's good. Cured its burn. Does it want that? Oh. Interesting. Heal status after using fighting type moves, so it doesn't have to worry about the recoil of the burn. So the burn is purely a boost. Just permanent guts boost. Okay. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna click Peck again. So this thing's going to be... Oh, there's a crit. There we go. Nice. I don't know if the crit was necessary. It would have been 6... Or, well, it would have been 5 hits. It might have been enough damage, even with all the boosts. We were still doing okay damage. But regardless, that does help. Machamp comes in. We click Peck. There's a Bullet Punch. We might live that. Yeah, we lived that just fine, actually. That was an interesting decision. This is also ordinary Machamp. Not cool Machamp. which is just going to die to Peck, because it's not the cool Machamp. I'm sorry, you're inferior. I don't know if that's actually true. There's nothing saying that's actually true. Normal Machamp might be insane as well, but judging by what just happened, it's inferior. But yeah. Am I coming down here for any actual reason? Is there a hidden battle point item here? Battle points? No? Nothing? Okay, interesting. Sure. Leper berries. Am I going to end up needing leper berries? Probably not, because we get healed after every fight. I don't think I'd be running out of PP of one move in a fight at any point. Hidden item? No? Wow, scammed. Okay, I came down here for absolutely no reason. There is a double battle here. Double battles scare me. I don't think we want to be leading with either Pyukumuku or Espeon. Maybe we lead with Pyukumuku. We definitely don't lead with Espeon. We lead with Popcorn. 50% chance to burn things. It's a good lead. Pyukumuku... We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't think Pyukumuku is a good lead into double battles. I don't think Pyukumuku is good in double battles in general. It might be worth actually swapping Pyukumuku out for even the super buffed up Pikachu or something when we see double battles. I don't know. Chimecho added the steel type. That's fine. Let's see some things here. Clefable is Life Orb boosted. Okay. Has Moon Spirit. Fairy and Dark gain Stab. You are Fairy. So I guess just Dark gains Stab, because it already has Fairy. And I think it's double Stab, like adaptability. That could be very strong. Chimecho, all moves gain the 1.5 times power boost from Stab. Friend Guard, interesting. Interesting that it has Friend Guard. Dazzling Gleam, Aura Sphere, Dazzling Gleam. I'm seeing double Dazzling Gleam. I think I'm just going to Mirror Coat with Pyukumuku, and we'll see what happens. If it does anything in return, it's fine. I mean, it'll do what it needs to do, I guess. And we'll try and Popping Mayhem Chimecho, because it added Steel to itself. And we'll see how that goes. That is okay damage. It might be enough. If we get one crit, I think we'll be good. It's pretty close. It's looking possible. Nice. Chimecho goes down. Okay, I like that. I like that. And then Clefable will probably Dazzling Gleam, maybe? Yeah, okay. Which means we will get some Mirror Coat damage in return. Pyukumuku will take 25 damage, so we'll do 50 back. Nice. Okay. Plus the Life Orb damage to itself. That's fine. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. I don't know about Pyukumuku as a lead, though. This is convenient at the moment. There is 6 Pokemon. Okay. This is convenient at the moment just because they both had special attacking moves. Now, however, we have to make a decision. Do we click our good old Mirror Coat for the Dazzling Gleam and leave Clefable alive, so it hopefully goes for that again? Or do we counter and try and do some big damage back to Miltank? I think I'm going to Mirror Coat again. And I'm going to just go ahead. I want to go for Popping Mayhem to burn the Miltank. I do. Bullet Seed would be so much more damage, though. We're gonna try and go for the burn on the Miltank, I think. Does outspeed, goes for Rock Slide. Popcorn should live this. Yep, and goes into Unburden range, which is nice. So we'll outspeed the turn after as well. I like that. Can we get a burn on this Miltank? I know it has Thick Fat. I do know, but a burn would be very, very handy and would make this thing way less threatening just in general. There's a burn. Again, it's a 50% chance because we guaranteed hit the 5 times of a 10% chance. It's pretty likely, you know. Half and half is pretty good. Aura Sphere onto Popcorn. Okay, so we're not attacking the Pyukumuku. I see. I guess technically we got, you know, hit by Rock Slide, which is fine. How do we want to go about this? Do I want to try and set up curses? Is that what I'm going to try and do? It feels really dumb to try and do that, but... did you have Sap Sipper? Did I see that? You do have Sap Sipper, so I can't Bullet Seed you. Which is a bit annoying. So I guess I'm just going to Popping Mayhem the Clefable to try and finish it off. As we can't really do too much to Miltank. There's a burn on the Clefable. Not that that's super relevant, because I'm sure it has some kind of magic guard equivalent. Actually, no, it's taking damage to Life Orb. Probably it doesn't. But it should go down regardless. We'll get a curse up with our Pyukumuku. Maybe bring in, like, a curse-boosted Machamp, and then this Miltank will meet the end of its days to Drain Punch, hopefully. We do get a curse up for free, though. I like that. Miltank's not very scary if we just leave it on the side burn, either. So we can actually just kind of leave it over there if we want to. Which is, honestly, what I will probably do. Primarina comes in. Okay. Okay. I'm going to Baton Pass so I can bring in Exeggutor in case this thing destroys me, and I'm going to Bullet Seed the Primarina without thinking. Not even going to check what it can do. Every time I don't check what something can do, I am actually setting myself up for failure in the future, because I'll see these Pokemon on someone's team later down the line, I'm sure, and I won't know what they'll do then. And that might be way more difficult to learn what they're going to do than in, you know, random double battle against Gooby and Goober. So there is that to consider. But honestly, that kind of makes the later battles fun. I don't want to know everything all the time. Sometimes it can be fun to go into a battle in the future and know nothing and just get absolutely destroyed and have to learn then. That can be fun in its own way. Pukabuku can Baton Pass, though. We can bring in... I was going to say Exeggutor for Primarina, but Primarina actually died, so I'm just going to bring in Machamp. We'll see if there's another fairy, because there's been 2 fairies on the right, I think, which has been Clefable and Primarina. But let's see. Let me punch it. Let me punch it. It's Focus Sashed? What? Why are you... You have Bad Egg as a move? You have Draining Kiss. I mean, I'm going to punch. I'm punching the Blissey. Okay, that's what's happening. We're punching the Blissey. We're also pecking the Blissey. I don't care if it's not enough damage. It's fine. Is that going to be enough to KO us? Probably, right? Wow, it actually isn't. That's such a shame. Them, anyway. That's such a shame. We get our Peck off, which breaks the Sash, which means the Machamp can go ahead and finish it. Does a lot of damage by itself, honestly. Maybe we should have just... we should have probably Drain Punched the Miltank. Popcorn can kind of deal with that, but it's fine. Baby Rock Slide will be healing that right back up. At 1 whole damage. That's so sad. That's so sad. 1 whole damage. And Drain Punch is enough there. We can bring in Espeon with the Revenger boost to go ahead and Psyshock or whatever move we decide to use. And then we can Drain Punch Miltank as well, and we should have enough damage. There's another Pokemon. Should there be another Pokemon? Why do I feel like there shouldn't be another Pokemon? Why do I feel like this is more Pokemon than what they should be able to have? Did I miss a Pokemon? Did I think I thought something when I hadn't? Why is it saying Drain Punch is base power 56? Can I see what it is on the other Pokemon by flicking it? No, that's Speed Order. Oh. The Espeon is fastest, then Miltank, then... Oh, I like the fact that it shows the speed order in double battles if you click left and right. I did not see this before. There'll be so many things that I will just notice as I go forwards and start clicking different buttons. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll learn things as we go. Enemy moves? I can see all of this just in the bottom right down here? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. This is only showing me against... Illumise, which I don't care about. I'm Drain Punching Miltank, so I will... I am curious about Espeon's damage into Illumise. Will you show me your damage into Illumise? I want to know if I can KO the Psyshock. No, you're going to show me the damage into Miltank. That's a shame. I don't know if there's a way to, like, match it up specifically to whatever, but I'm just going to Flamethrower the Illumise. It's fine. It's fine. Drain Punch is there for the Miltank. It'll be okay. That should be good damage. Sash. Okay. That's bad for Espeon. That's really bad. Miltank Milk Drinks. That's okay. Is Espeon going to be able to live? Yes. Dazzling Gleam. That's not a lot of damage. That's 4 times super effective damage. Admittedly, multi-scale. Kind of like 2 times super effective damage because of multi-scale, but still. Drain Punch, very good damage, actually. Very solid. I do like that. I do like that. Because Miltank... We can even look at the speed order here. Because Miltank is going to outspeed our Machamp, we could try and finish it with Espeon and then Bullet Punch the Illumise, is what we could do. I am under the impression that because we have gone for Flamethrower and not Psyshock, though, we are not going to be having the damage to KO Miltank. We do not have the damage to KO Miltank. So I guess it doesn't really matter. maybe we'll crit. It does. I don't see a reason not to do this. You know, we may as well KO with the bullet punch. Oh, super effective damage because fairy typing. Okay, cool. I assume. Anyway, it went for Dazzling Gleam the time before. Maybe we get a crit. I don't think even with a crit it would have been enough. That's fine. It Milk Drinks. That's fine. We just Flamethrower and Drain Punch the next turn. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't really change too much. We just go ahead and double into the Miltank slot, and then we're all good. Crippling this Miltank actually worked out pretty well, because it didn't really do anything other than try and sip its udders. I hate what I just said. I hate what I just said. But it's true. I'm just gonna Drain Punch again. Maybe I could probably Bullet Punch. I'm Bullet Punching and I'm Flamethrowing. They'll go first. It'll be fine. It'll be enough damage, right? We get locked in this battle for even longer. Okay. Still, a double battle down is always good. Double battles are spooky. Goodbye, twins. 5 should be 10 battle points. It should be 10 battle points. There was 2 of them. Saying. Should be 10 battle points. Next up, though, my Pokemon is delightfully adorable. Don't be shy. I'll show you. Okay, we're gonna have Super Skitty 2000. I'm ready. That is Super Skitty. That's kind of what that is. Delcatty. Do you do anything other than just hit hard? Pretty Princess does 50% more damage if the target has any lowered stat. So if I curse and lower my speed, that will actually do more damage to me. It would also have the defense boost. But that is something to consider. Wonder Skin and Cute Charm, Nocturnal, okay. Fake Out Hyper Voice, Dark Pulse, Moonblast. Oh, and what are your other Pokemon? You do have a full team of 6. You have an Espeon. That's scary. I'm still gonna curse, I think, just because I don't really fear Delcatty. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I feel like I set up 2 curses or whatever. I go to Exeggutor, and Exeggutor does Exeggutor things. 34 damage. Life Orb boosted. That's not nothing if it does 50% more the next turn. It's going to be doing roughly 50. If I curse again, and it does 53, we might not be able to Baton Pass out. Do I Baton Pass now? Out of fear of Pretty Princess? Am I afraid of Pretty Princess? Let's see. Hyper Voice. 51 to 61. Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of Pretty Princess. Okay, I guess I'm Baton Passing out now into Exeggutor, because this is gonna do a pretty hefty amount of damage. Yeah, that's an uptick. That's... Wow, Pretty Princess boosted. I should have just Mirror Coded, honestly. But it's fine. We get a Curse boost into our strongest Pokemon ever. Now we can turn our brain off and just go for, like, Grab Apple 10 times and win. Right? This is how this is just gonna work. I should check if we have any item that extends the length of Trick Room. Because I think there is an item that does that, and I didn't check through the items that we have in our bag to see if we have that. I remember there being something to that effect that boosts Trick Room. Urugly comes in. That's fine. I just clicked Grab Apple, right? I don't think too hard about this. We're going to outspeed because of the Trick Room. We're going to lower its defense a bunch, so the next hit's going to do a lot more damage. If you're sashed, doesn't matter. We have multi-hit. Nice. Nice. That second hit didn't look like it did a whole lot more. You're going to send in Espeon. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're such a good Pokemon, but you're not a Alolan Exeggutor. Do you know how much that hurts me to say, right? We have an elemental, super boosted Espeon that has every kind of, you know, move you could want on it. And it's getting outshone. Burning Bulwark? What is that? It's getting outshone by an Alolan Exeggutor, which is a goofy long tree. Hubris KOs. Oh, that's the ability that's on Delta Typhlosion in Pokemon Insurgents. Also it's competitive, opportunist, and predator. Okay. Burning Bulwark. Priority 4. I assume it just burns me if I make a contact move. Is what I would assume. I'm not going to think too hard about it. I'm just going to go with that's probably correct. I mean, King's Shield is basically that anyway. You make contact with it, it halves your attack. It's basically just King's Shield. So I could see that being added. Might also just be like a Spiky Shield variant that's maybe it doesn't burn and it just does some fire damage. I don't know. But either way, it's not too much to worry about. We could Egg Bomb or we could Earthquake. Is there a reason we would want to go for one over the other? Fur Coat is annoying. I don't think there's any reason we would go for one over the other, so I'm going to go with Egg Bomb. Bomb him. It's actually just the memes of, you know, the cats blowing up and getting bombed. That's what's happening here. The burn, I guess that's one reason to go for it, I suppose. That's actually a pretty good reason to go for a super effective fire move over just clicking Earthquake over and over again. Now, we could preserve this Exeggutor, sacrifice... What I'm doing right now is so rude. But I'm going to bring in Pyukumuku. I'm going to let Pyukumuku go down. Or maybe not even go down, but we'll see. We get hit by a knockoff. That does baby damage. And we're going to go back into Exeggutor and reset up the Trick Room. I'm going to Baton Pass if I can. This is so unnecessary, by the way. This is just... I'm just being disrespectful. That's what I'm doing. I'm being disrespectful, and I'm bringing Exeggutor back in with another Trick Room up, and we're going to finish it off with Exeggutor, so Exeggutor gets to live. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad habit to be into using your Pokemon optimally, I suppose, but... I felt like it. I felt like it is the only reason. That was so unnecessary. It was actually so unnecessary. There's no reason to do that. And a Meowth? Super Meowth. Cheap tactics. It's actually going to take us out. Oh my god, it crit. It didn't take us out. Holy... It has Fake Out, right? The Focus Sash, that might not matter. Equinox. Boost attack or special attack to match the higher value. Attacks with Scratch on Switch In. Scrappy. Super Luck. It has Fake Out. And Extreme Speed. Okay. Well. Fine. 140 speed? What in the unholy? Oh my god, it thought it outsped, so it didn't go for Fake Out or Extreme Speed. Oh no. Did it go for like a different move, assuming it would outspeed just in case I swapped? Did the AI try and be smart and end up being really dumb? Oh no. That was a very fast Meowth. That Meowth is faster than our Espeon, by the way. Across the sea from here, you'll be shortcut to Oldale Town. That's true. We have one more battle to do over here. I don't think there's any reason we came over here other than battle points, but still, we battled a bunch of trainers. There were some interesting fights. We got to do more shenanigans with Exeggutor, which is honestly half of the fun of this game for me, so it's fine. Oh, we do have a rival battle coming up, though. I would have liked to get to that today, but it's fine. You're just gonna Hurricane, right? Yeah, you're just gonna Hurricane. I'm gonna just Mirror Coat you. This shouldn't hit multiple times, so we should get the full damage on return. 39 damage. It's okay. Okay, you tried to damage the Sea Slug. You tried. It didn't work out super well for you, but you tried, and I respect that. Citrus Berry, that's cute. That's cute. We're gonna heal like 20 HP because, you know, we get a bunch back with Shell Bell, which is just nice. It's just a nice thing to have. We're gonna Mirror Coat again, but it's not going to work out in our favor. This is a full rain team, huh? 6 Pokemon with Drizzle Boost at the start. I should probably look at this team. This might be something to actually consider. We don't have too many good Pokemon for a rain team other than Exeggutor, who's obviously amazing. They have a Pyukumuku. Okay. I know my back hurts. By the way, everyone, my back hurts. I pulled a muscle in my back. It's not any better. 199 speed on Swift Swim. Yeah, okay. All right, I see. Victory Star. Has Thunder. Is probably going to go for Thunder. 92% chance to 2-hit KO. Meaning, if I try and set up curses to boost Exeggutor, I'm not going to be able to Baton Pass out, so I should just Mirror Coat. And get the Shell Bell Cavalry, and try and take out whatever Pokemon I can with Pyukumuku. I wish first turn. That's a lot of damage, but that's a lot of damage reflected, remember. Goodbye, Sami. I probably should have used Curse turn 1 in that case, after seeing that this is a full rain team on the Fisherman, which I guess makes sense. Okay. Was that the best thing they had for me, though? We will see. We will see. Is this anything to be afraid of? You are sashed, of course. Strong Jaw. Moves hit twice. Crunch is your strongest move, which is a 3-hit KO. So I'm going to go for 1 curse. I'm going to go for 1 big curse. That's fine. The defense drop is a little bit spooky, actually. That makes it less fine. I was going to say we were going to be fine because we get the defense boost, which means the next crunch would do less damage, and we'd be able to baton pass out. I don't think that's possible anymore now, because of that defense drop. I think that defense drop has made it so Crunch now KOs. Yeah, Crunch is a KO, because it's going to hit twice. But I now can't baton pass out, and that sucks, but I mean, we're going to let it happen, I guess. The innards out, at the very least, will reflect some damage and will break the sash. So we can go ahead and bring in, you know, Exeggutor, and we can finish off the Sharpedo just fine. Which I think we'll do. I think we'll bring in Exeggutor here. I think that's okay. I might swap Exeggutor out once 3 turns are up so that we can go ahead and get the Trick Room up again. I still didn't look for an item to see if we have something that extends Trick Room time. I need to do that really badly. We click Grab Apple, because even if they swap, that would still be decent against everything. Even Pelipper, it would still be okay. Goodbye, Sharpedo. I assume Pelipper comes in here, is what I would assume. I might sacrifice something so that we can get Espeon in, just so we can Volt Switch on it. I might do that. Wishy-Washy comes in. Not what I expected. You're going to become Big Boy. Many Wishy-Washy. Washy-Wishy. Wishy-Washy, Washy-Wishy. Those are some fat stats. You are Choice Banded. You have plus priority on Water-type moves. That's fine. You have Multiscale. That's less fine. But it... Triple Dive. Avalanche is a problem. That's a problem. Also, this thing's really slow. We might not outspeed just in general. If it's going for Avalanche, though, I'm going to bring in Popcorn. It's still going to have priority on its Water-type moves, which is something to be afraid of. That's a lot of damage. Dear everything. That is scary. Popcorn might be dying. We'll see if we can get a Bullet Seed off, but I mean, it has priority Water-type moves. I assume it's just going to go for a Water-type move. It didn't just go for a Water-type move. Okay, we got our Bullet Seed off. Breaks Multiscale, and should do a lot of damage on the follow-up hits. This is good. That's very good. That might be enough to KO. I was going to say this was just a way to get something, you know, to get Espeon into Volt Switch, is what I was going to do. I was just going to say we bring in Espeon to Volt Switch, then we swap out, and we go to, like, Empoleon or something. If Empoleon lives, we then go for priority, or... if not, we bring in Espeon again, and we finish it with another Volt Switch, because this thing is the scariest thing that we've seen. But that was okay. That was okay. We didn't need to. I had a backup plan in mind, just so everyone is aware. It just wasn't necessary. Drizzle again. Okay. That's unfortunate. We're just going to Bullet Seed. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to get thrown up on. That's kind of gross. The noise was very satisfying, though. It was like a... like a Game Boy turning off or something. I like that. I like the noise. Espeon comes in, Volt Switches, we KO Pelipper. We Volt Switch into Exeggutor to set up the Trick Room, and then we see if Exeggutor can go ahead and destroy the rest of the team. Solid fights today. I feel like we haven't had too many struggles against ordinary trainers. I wasn't sure if every ordinary trainer was going to be like an absolute nightmare to fight by this point in the game. I still think they'll get to that point, don't get me wrong. Okay, every single trainer in Victory Road, for example, I'm assuming is going to be a monster, and they're all going to be a nightmare to fight. But I'm glad we're not at that point yet, because they very well could be. Special defense boost, that's fine. I don't care. We're just going to Grab Apple. I did see that Breaking Swipe just said 0 base power, so I assume this has Fairy added to it, which is cool. Grab Apple does not care that you have added Fairy type to yourself. Grab Apple has decided to one-shot you. Because this Alolan Exeggutor is a menace. It's so good. I can't get over it. Every time it one-shots something, I'm just more impressed. Oh. I multi-hit. This thing's useless. I'm so sorry, little one. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, it's faster than me. That's... I love that. I love that he's so fast. Yep, we're gonna drop your defense, Kyukumuku. I'm so sorry. You are going to get destroyed by the Exeggutor. There's no counters happening here. You're just getting triple defense dropped. That's so strong. I can't emphasize that enough. The ability to drop something's defense by 3 stages with 1 move is crazy. You have recover? I don't have recover. Did I miss recover? Ow. Recover? Trick Room item, recover. Trick Room item, recover. Recover? Hello? Yukumuku? Because you have priority on that, right? Yeah, you have priority on healing effects. That's so good. So good. You have Baton Pass, Pain Split, kind of recovery, but not really. You have Heal Pulse. I don't know if that can be shot at yourself. I don't think it can, though, so I was under the impression that we couldn't use that. Pickle. Pickle would be very funny, but Curse is obviously better for what we're doing. Bestow Memento for level moves. Stat. Bloodshot to make things bleed. Curse, Taunt, Toxic Spikes. Gastro Acid, Refresh, Curing Status, and a 25% HP heal, which isn't nothing. We could maybe make that work for some fights, but I prefer a bigger heal. Soak, Spite, Venom Drench, Work Up. Rest could also be good. Rest could also be an option. Substitute, Metrodome, Rain Dance. Yeah, we don't have... I love the physical and special moves, by the way. We don't have Recover. I assume we will get that by level up at a later date. We don't have that, unfortunately. And is there an item that I can give Exeggutor to extend the length of its Trick Room? Because at the moment, that's the only thing that's really holding it back, is its Trick Room running out. And I remember there being like a table item or something. I can't remember what it's called. I don't run Trick Room teams very often in Pokemon. Do we have the weird table with like T-set item thing that I'm remembering in my mind? I can picture it in my mind. I just can't remember its name. No, I don't think we do. Which is interesting. Maybe we'll be able to get it later on, or maybe I'm just imagining something that doesn't exist, which is also entirely possible. Either way, there is nothing at the end of this route. There is no hidden item at the side there. There might be something, if we surf towards Oldale Town, there might be something in that shortcut kind of area. But regardless, we've battled a lot of trainers today. It's been like battling constantly, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, bye.